Hi there. Can NKLA recover the stock price to go up to $3 or even more in the future? Well, the answer is not that easy. You may know that NKLA has a lot of opportunities. They have great tailwinds from this industry, the hydrogen industry. Maybe you know that in California, starting next year, all new trucks must be zero emissions. And that's a huge tailwind for NKLA. Moreover, there are over 3,000 trucks in California that will need to be replaced as they age. In addition to this, they also have support from Biden administration. You may also know that there is a proposal to offer credits to hydrogen producers. So the government wants to help people and the producers with a stimulus. And according to this post from Yahoo Finance, those credits will deliver about 140 billion revenue and 700,000 jobs by 2030. So just imagine 140 billion revenue for hydrogen producers. And now NKLA is making about 100 million. Let's say if they get 10% market share or only 1% market share, NKLA can make over 1 billion revenue or 10 billion. It depends on their future products. So there is huge opportunity for NKLA. The stock price can be a 10x from the current level, but you also have to be aware of the risk. As you saw, NKLA has huge tailwinds from the government with some stimulus and also regulations. Plus, they received some orders from different customers. As you can see, they received over 200 orders, so that's a good sign. Of course, they also had some problems with their batteries. They had to recall them and they had some costs. But overall, this industry has good tailwinds. But the question you should ask is if NKLA can become profitable. I mean, the revenue may go up in the future to 1 billion or 10 billion. That can happen. But you also have to ask yourself if NKLA can become profitable. Because if it doesn't, then there is a huge risk. The company may go bust. If you look at their past performance, you can see that they have almost no revenue. For instance, in 2021, they had zero. You can also see their huge losses, over 600 million, or even more in 2022, over 700 million. Of course, the market expects the revenue to increase to over 2.5 billion by 2027. And that will be great for NKLA. They also expect some profits of over 300 million by 2027. So if that happens, NKLA to make around 300 million in earnings, then the market cap can go more than 3 billion. Or even more, 6 billion. It also depends on their future growth. So there are huge opportunities for this company. But as I said, you also have to focus on the risk. And that's the most important. Because you might invest at the current level, the stock price goes up 5x, but you might think that the stock price will keep going up. And then you have a decline like this, over 74%. So your profit may not be that high. As you can see in this period, their return wasn't that great. So this may happen. That's why you have to focus on the risk first. You never know what will happen to the stock price. It may go up 5x and then it goes down. And you don't want that. You want to buy when it's low and sell when it's high. But of course, nobody can predict when the stock price will go up a lot. That's why you also have to focus on the risk. As you can see, the revenue for the last quarter was minus, if you can believe that, minus 1.7 million. And their loss was over 400 million. They produced 0 trucks and they shipped only 3 trucks. Compared to the last year when they shipped over 60 trucks and they produced 75 trucks. So the number don't look that great. Now, as I said, the important thing is if NKLA can become profitable. because they're currently making no profits. They have huge losses. And your future returns will depend on these profits. If NKLA can become profitable. If they can, then the stock price will go up and you'll make money. But if the losses keep going on, then you can expect too much from NKLA. And the stock price may go up and down. It may fluctuate. You can't easily predict what the stock price will do in the future if you have no earnings, no fundamentals. So the revenue may increase in the future, they may deliver more trucks, but you have to focus on their profits if they can make some money. Because if they don't, then this investment won't deliver great returns. And be aware that this business requires a lot of capital to expand their business, to produce more trucks, and also to invest in their infrastructure. So this is not a software business where you can expect more profits in the future. This is a hard business. They have to invest a lot of money to deliver some possible profits. And you don't know for sure if they can do that. That's why there is a huge risk with this company. Moreover, there is also competition. They are not alone. And the revenue may not increase to 2 billion as the market expects. It may be flat, or who knows what will happen to them. That's why NKLA is a risky investment. It's really hard to predict who will be the winner in this industry. Of course, if you want to speculate that this industry, the hydrogen industry, will grow a lot more in the future, then you can do that. Invest in more companies, and then you can see which one will deliver the highest returns. You will have some diversification, and you are protected against the risk of losing all your money. But I don't recommend that to speculate. Only invest based on fundamentals, what their earnings will be in the future. If their earnings go up, then you can make money. If not, then this is just a bet, a speculation. Plus, besides this risk that this company may not become profitable, there is another risk, and that is dilution. As you can see, the number of shares has almost doubled in the last 2 years. It has increased from 400 million shares to over 800 million shares. So this is huge. This means that your value has decreased by 50%. And that's why you see this huge decline from their highest peak, a decline of over 98%. That happened because of this huge dilution. They've continued to issue a lot of shares in order to fund their huge losses, to fund their business. But investors have lost a lot in value. And they may do so in the future. Because as you can see, the revenue is about 24 million, but their losses are over 800 million. So those losses have to be covered. And guess what? Who will pay for the losses? Investors. That's why they keep issuing a lot of shares. So this investment, NKLA, as they call it, may rebound based on speculations that the hydrogen industry will grow more in the future. But you have to assess the probabilities. What is the probability that the stock price will go 5x? And what is the probability that the stock price will go down? Or this business will go bankrupt? Just think about this, and then you can make your investment. If you think that there are 50% chances that the stock price will go up 5x, and the risk of going down is another 50%, then this is not a good investment. You want to avoid something like this. This is a bet. You only want to invest when the risk is quite low, below 5%, or even less, 1%. That's why it's better to invest with a marginal safety. Invest in a business that is profitable, they have earnings, they have good management, and they keep growing. Not on businesses that may succeed or not. That's why it depends on you, how you want to invest, your style of investing. Maybe you like to speculate. Maybe you invest in more companies and you diversify. And that's great if you want to play that game. But if you think to invest large amounts of money in this company, then the risk is quite high. And you have to be careful. So if you have questions, you can let me know in the comments.